Okay. Good evening, Robin Williams. I saw you earlier come in. And sweet, good evening to you as well. Welcome, Mr. Long. Good evening to you. Uh, as always, we thank you all for tuning in to tonight's live broadcast. And yes, someone is saying, uh, sending prayers out to everyone in the chat. Amen. In Jesus' name, we know we need those prayers. If we didn't need them this time 2 months ago, we know we definitely need prayer now. Amen. My good, faithful friend Karen Porter is in the chat again tonight. Welcome. Thank you. Love you big time. Keisha's here. Welcome. Brenda B is in the house. Welcome. There's Shannon Lewis, Miss Smith, Heather Smith. Good evening to you. Linda Duncan. Good evening to you as well. Miss Wilborn. I think it's Francis. Welcome. Faye is in the house tonight. Angela Jackson is in the house tonight. Cindy Jones, good evening to you. Sandy Miller, good evening to you as well. I'm going to try to keep you all no longer than 30 minutes tonight if I can. Um, as always, I'm running late. Cindy Jordan is in the house. And blessings right back to you and your family as well. Pamela, welcome. Good evening. Okay. Okay, there is Lisa Robinson. Where else will she be tonight but here? There is Monica Thomas. She's in the house this evening. Welcome, welcome, Monica. Love you big time. Erica, good evening to you. Thanks for tuning in. She is checking in from Galveston, Texas. All right. Okay. uh, Tamika Wallace, welcome. There is Linda Duncan. I love you big time. Thank you so much for your support. Uh, Miss Williams, welcome to tonight's broadcast. I thought I saw T House is in the house tonight. Good evening. Love you big time. Um, Water from Alabama. Okay. Hello, Alabama. I don't understand the water thing. Powell, welcome to the night's broadcast. Peace and Love 101 is tuning in tonight from Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome. Love you big time. Uh, IDR, I'm thinking it's Tennessee on the end. Thank you so much indeed. You are welcome. Miss Hot Pink has finally showed up to keep law and order in the house. Uh, Miss Hot Pink, thank you for all that you do. I gratefully appreciate you. Uh, I sent a message over to Spitfire. Hopefully, she's going to join us in the chat shortly here, I hope. A. Miller is in from Seattle, Washington. Greetings to you and your family. As always, I thank you all for tuning in to tonight's live broadcast. Tonight, we're going to talk, of course, about the coronavirus, some updates, We're also going to talk about the stimulus checks that's getting ready to come to your bank account if you have one. There has been some changes in that within the last couple of hours. It changed yesterday, then it changed again today. This is the most unorganized group of people in Washington and in Congress than any other administration that I can think of. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. And earlier today, there was some shocking news about it. Even with a direct deposit, it could be a while before they come. Well, that has since changed. So let's dip into that real quickly. Okay, here's what's going on now. The coronavirus stimulus payments will begin being deposited into your bank account on April the 9th. If you have a bank account on April the 9th is when they're going to start depositing your stimulus checks. Now, here's the thing. If you don't have a bank account, don't have a card or whatever, I don't know if this has changed. Earlier today in a report from CNN, the IRS was going to put up some information on their website where you can log in, and if you didn't, even if you filed last year but you didn't do direct deposit and you have a bank account, they're going to put up some information how you can go in and enter your information now and get that deposit into your bank account. Now, here's the problem. If you do not have a bank account, then you're going to have to be issued a paper check. Well, they won't start rolling out until April the 24th. And again, this may change. But the bad part about that is that if you going to be receiving the paper check, some people may not get them until September. J. Rock, I am doing excellent, marvelous, superb, splendid. I've been had a toothache and a headache for the past couple of days and been extremely tired, but I feel a little better today. Appreciate you. Appreciate today is Shay Breed. Hadn't seen you in a while. Shay Breed, where have you been? Okay, back to the checks. Yeah, so now, watch this. They don't really have to do anything, unless they want to. So it's needed, and I consider it to be a blessing. But the bad part about this is that by the time you receive a stimulus check from the federal government for $1,200, unless you're a couple, you're married, and you get double. By the time you get the money deposited into your bank account, you're probably a little over $3,000 and some dollars in debt. So when you get it, I'm not trying to dampen your spirits, but I'm trying to keep it 100. By the time that you receive it, it will go so fast, you'll never knew you had it. I think the process for this, with this being 2020, and technology is amazing, that the process needs to be speeded up for this. This needs to be handled in an expeditious way because people are hungry. People have been laid off. People have been fired. Companies have shut down. Some are on furlough. It is a disaster. It's a disaster. And let's talk about women for a minute. If you're a single parent and you only have one job, or you on a fixed income, whatever the case may be, this is not going to help you at all. It's not. And that was one of the things the Democrats were pushing for, that this one-time payment is not going to be enough. We don't know how long the coronavirus did not come with an expiration date. It did not show up and say, I'm going to leave on such and such at 9:30 a.m. We don't know. We don't know. But here's what we do know. When they said it would interrupt our lives, they wasn't bullshit. It has really done that. But you may not agree with me on this, and that's fine. But I just don't think this one-time payment is going to be enough. I just don't see it that way. I don't. That's just me. Miss West, good evening to you. Welcome to tonight's broadcast. So hopefully they will rethink this thing and realize that more money is needed. And even the businesses that will be awarded money so that they don't have to shut down will be awarded money so that they can continue to stay open and pay their employees. Well, some businesses are not going to do it. They're going to shut down and they're not going to pay their employees. But the money is there for them to pay their employees. They don't have to shut down. So, there's always some bullshit somewhere in the game. Okay, I'm going to read a comment real quick. This is Kisses says, Donald Trump been knew about this. The stimulus checks is not enough, and he knows it too. I agree. You agree? I agree. If he had his way, you wouldn't be getting a dime, But quiet as it's kept, this wasn't Donald Trump's idea. This came from Mitt Romney, he was a candidate for president of the United States. So he brought it up first, and then the White House agreed, blase, and stuff. So it wasn't his idea. But some devastating news has came today, probably about maybe 4 or 5 hours ago, and some of you probably already seen it on CNN or whatever. I was speaking with Spitting Fire earlier today. And she said we were talking about the virus and how fast it spread. Now, what I'm about to tell you is my opinion. It's not a fact. And I'm not trying to pass my opinion off as a fact. This is just my fact. It's just the way I see it. And I can be totally wrong. But we all know, whether they deny it or not, documents, conversations, proof, that the White House knew about this in 2019 and did nothing. Briefed again, January 2020, chose to do the exact same thing. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to be saying this for a long time. I believe had President Bush been in office or had President Barack been in office, we would still have deaths. That would have happened still. But I don't think it would be as bad as it is right now, because those two men would have immediately took action to make sure that America was prepared the best we could be for this dreadful time in the United States. They may not have shared that information with the public, but I believe in my heart, both of those two men and other presidents in the past would have done the right thing. When you are sitting in the Oval Office, you are the most powerful person, not in the United States. You're the most powerful person on planet Earth. Whether we voted for you or not, whether we like you or not, Republican or Democrat, when you speak, we listen, and we expect for you to tell the truth. We lead by example, but not just because we lead by example, because of the office that you're not sitting in. This is a very well respected office throughout the world. We have never had such chaos and drama in the White House since I can remember, since the beginning of time. It is never. We have never had a bunch of evil, do nothing, lying, backstabbing people to sit in the White House and run the country. Last video with COVID-19, Donald Trump is a catch-22. Either we lose or we lose. And today, he continues to lie. I no longer listen to Trump when he do his briefings. I go back and look at some things, watch CNN, take what I need, and I come up with it. Heaven's backing me up. His voice makes me itch. His voice, it pisses me off when I hear his voice. I hate him with a passion. I swear to God. If it was possible for me to touch coronavirus and not get it, and I could throw it in that motherfucker's chest and would not miss, and they couldn't revive him, I would do it. I hate that bitch. I hate him with a severe passion. And he's doing the same fucking thing today that he did yesterday around about the same time. Breathing. He's still living. Useless. Wasted nut. Existing just to be existing. Still throwing out insults to governors who don't put up with his bullshit, who expose him for what he is. Still lying. We sent this, we sent this, we sent that. No, where's that? Today, we get a plane load of protective gear. Needed. But we get it from Russia. Now, don't cuss me out. This is just my opinion. I know we need it. We need it bad. We need it bad, bad, bad. But Mama, up until the time she died, she said, boy, you can't take a gift from any and everybody. Even if you're hungry, if you're starving, some people that come to bring you gifts, you ought to say no. Because some come with an invisible string. In other words, a hidden agenda. Now, Trump sucks out of Putin's asshole. They love us. We need some sanctions released, removed. This is not a gift. This is a blackmail, even though we need it. We didn't need it from Russia. These are the same people that the intelligence say tapped into the election to make sure Trump sat in the White House because he wasn't elected, he was selected, and he bought states. This is the same country where during the impeachment hearings, we heard Democrats and other leaders say over and over again, they have proof that Russia is doing the same thing again in this election. And Trump, I don't believe it. Was it China? Could have been Russia. You go against your own intelligence. It's just the way I see it. I shedded a few tears today. I watched some nurses and doctors. Some of the stories I told you about last week, well, they're making out, if they don't have living wills, they're doing wills. They're getting their affairs in order because every day they go in unprotected to try to help save a life. They risk their own life because they don't have what they need. And I watched these nurses speak and I felt their pain. And one of them said, you wouldn't send a soldier to war without a weapon. Why in the hell, and I'm paraphrasing on this part, would you send us into a danger zone without protective gear? We cannot wear a face mask 7 hours straight. We cannot share We cannot be infected with the virus and show mild symptoms and still go to work. What about my life? What about my family's life? Some doctors have even, and nurses, resorted to not even going home because they don't want to take it there. They sleep in their cars, they sleep in hotels or wherever. This is how dedicated they are to mankind. Good evening, Keisha Boo. And we have to give a shout out to them. If they die, if a lot of them die or get sick from the virus, where do we go? Where do we go? We must protect them. We must protect them. Money should not be an option and a problem. Whatever it is, they need the protective gear to go in to treat the people that's infected, to test people who think they might have it. But you send them in there buck ass naked. And I don't think it's right. A woman quit last week. I ain't mad at her. We already had 37 doctors die from this. I think it was just doctors. I don't know. I think it was just doctors. If I'm wrong, I'll come back and I'll let you know, and I'll apologize for it. I'm going to read this. Tawana Campbell, today my heart breaks for my great friend. She had just lost her father to the coronavirus yesterday evening. I can't imagine what she is going through right now. But I do know the pains of losing a father. There's stories like these all over the world. All over the world. Today, when I was talking with Spitting Fire, I said, you know what, my biggest problem with the coronavirus is this. I just want to know, how did it spread so fast in the United States? That bothers me because something not right. Had it always been here and they didn't know about it? Or had it always been here and they knew about it and said nothing? How can this virus spread so fast from city to city, from state to state, from country to country? And it just came here. I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm not a doctor, not a scientist. I don't know. But it's one of these things that make me go, we're missing something not right. Something is just not right. An expert sent a letter to the White House today of their findings as far as symptoms are concerned to the coronavirus. Here's what they said. There are two other ways that we can get the coronavirus. There are two other ways that we can get the coronavirus. And after I heard that, I'm like, well, that's why it's spreading so fast. They asked Dr. Sanjay Gupta, did he agree? Basically, he said it's very well possible because of how fast it spreads. The expert said you can get the coronavirus by talking and breathing. Talking and breathing. Do you know how dangerous that is? Did the Centers for Disease know this and didn't share it? Or maybe they didn't know, and maybe the World Health Organization didn't know. Or did they know and not share it? If anyone knew ahead of time, I think it's unfair and should be illegal for you not to have disclosed that to the people when you knew about it. I know it's a new virus. You're learning it as it goes. But when you learn something, I think you owe it to the to the world to come and tell us so we can know what we need to do for ourselves. There's a sign on the door. Change it today. No gloves, no mask, no entry, no exception. You may find it as evil. I don't give a fuck. I love me and my family, and I will protect them the best I can. The White House hasn't made a decision, I don't think, as to whether or not they're going to ask all Americans to wear face masks. Well, listen to me, people. I'm not going to sit and wait for the damn White House or scientists or some doctors or experts to tell me that I go ahead and wear your mask. We just came back in, had to go to the store. Wife gloved up, masked up. I'm doing the same. Because if you keep coming with new information, and I'm, again, giving them the benefit of the doubt, we know you're learning it as you go. If you keep bringing new information, so I can't trust you. I need to just look at all the possibilities that how I could get infected with the virus. And whatever I come up with, I do whatever I need to do to make sure I don't get it, or at least try not to get it. Someone said, so they say it's spreading through 5G network. Someone said something about that today. I haven't looked at that, so I can't comment on it because I don't know what the hell to say. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know what to say. Lisa Robinson says too many people are catching it and dying from it too fast. I agree. Last week I told you a story about a 5-month-old little boy who caught the coronavirus. And we put pictures of him up on Facebook and on our YouTube community page. They bought up cell phone towers too. Is that Divine, I think? They bought up that today too. But I hadn't looked, so I can't speak on it. But hopefully tomorrow night or whenever I come back, I'll have some information for you. Yesterday, a day before yesterday, I got an email. It was an inbox of mine. It was an inbox. A young lady inboxed me a story about a little boy, and that's the one I put out to where he has the coronavirus. I forget his name, but he's on the community page. But was it today? Yesterday, I got another email about a newborn baby died from the coronavirus in Connecticut. About a week ago, he was taken to the hospital for non-responsive. The doctors were unable to revive him. He died. They thought maybe there was a possibility he was infected with the coronavirus. Well, the test has since come back, and that's how the child died. 6 weeks on planet Earth, never got to do nothing. He got the virus, and he died. When I mess up and go out, it's really me protecting you, just in case I have something and don't know it, or I know I have it, and I don't want you to get it. Today, over 1 million people globally now have the coronavirus. Someone says the story is questionable. I don't know what story she's talking about, but I hope it's not about the little baby, because I'm going to believe the doctors, what they say. how the child died. Um, that's just it. Today, over 96% of Americans are under a stay-at-home order. Dr. Fauci said, and he's on TV now, when they asked him about the possibility of being infected with the virus through talking and just breathing, he said, I can't say no. It's very well possible. It's very well possible. Okay, someone says the dad gave it to him. Okay. Um, and he went further and he said, we still missing something. He said, we can't grab a hold to it because we're missing something and we don't know what it is. And with that being said, it can only get worse before it gets better. But he said over and over again, he said, something we missing. And until we get it, it won't slow down. It's something we're missing. Oh, somebody says, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, just open-minded. What is it, Nicolette? I'm not trying to be disrespectful either to you. And I didn't take it that way. I didn't. It sounds like, but and when we said, I'm just speculating. Speculation is okay sometimes, and sometimes it's not. I don't have anything to suggest otherwise. So, but if I did, I would be the first to say, even though the doctor said he died of coronavirus, I believe something else happened to the child. And I didn't believe it. Let me be honest with you. I did not believe that's how the child died at first. I had a doubt, just like you. My first thought was that I'm wrong. The parents did something to this child. It's impossible for him to catch the virus, but I know it's not impossible. But I said the same thing in my mind. I said, something's not right. And you could have a point. You might be on the money because I thought it, and it still lingers in the back of my mind. It does. We don't want no one to die from this, but we do know they're dying, and many more people will die from this. And it hurts every time you lose a loved one. But when we get the reports about children having the virus and dying from it, that right there should disturb all of us, because the child is not as strong as adults are. Okay, someone is asking for you to answer the question. Can I ask where you read the dad gave it to him? I didn't read that. I'm not saying it's not true. I didn't read it, but it could be true, but I hadn't seen it. And I try not to give an opinion on something that I don't know about or haven't read, because I think it's immature, and I don't want to sit here and give you a damn lie. But I will. I won't do it tonight, but I will do it in the morning. Try and look it up and stuff. But anyway, before we go on further, tonight is an open conversation night on the coronavirus. The phone lines are now open if you want to call in and give your opinion on the virus, or just share some stories with us. Tonight's call-in number is going to be 1-800-231-1811. When you hear the music, just push extension 1 to go live. Again, that number is going to be 1-800-231-1811. It's an open conversation tonight. So now we have well over 1 million people throughout the world infected with the coronavirus. Donald Trump says he don't believe the governors when they said The hospital needs this number. The hospital needs that number. It's what he said during an interview. Why don't we just wait? Why don't the governors just wait until they need it? Then get with us and we will get I would expect that answer from a 9-year-old boy. So that statement. I would expect it. But I wouldn't expect such stupidity from a grown-ass man. We're in the predicament we're in now with too many people being infected and dying because you didn't step up to the fucking plate when you were schooled about it last year. And now you want the hospitals to wait until they're down to 1 or 2 ventilators. Say, oh, Trump, can we get some more now? I don't know how he has to be somewhat fucking retarded to say some shit like this. He has to be. And his puppets come right behind him and say the same damn thing. New York's about to run out of, I think, beds, ventilators. And I think Louisiana needs more ventilators. I don't think it's great when we show love, humanity for all mankind, regardless of what the situation is, when we can help, that we help. I think that's wonderful. But here's where it bothers me at. When we have celebrities like Dolly Parton, Rihanna, sending millions and millions of dollars to help states out. I think it's a wonderful thing. I applaud them. I tip my hat to them. I humbly bow to them. But what they're doing is what the federal government should be doing. Tracy Thomas said he's a jackass. If you don't say nothing else during this live feed, you just preach. Amen. Glory to God. So by the time I get you a request for more equipment, I have more patients and I have more dead bodies to deal with because there are no ventilators in the building. I don't know how he's wired. I don't even know if he's human. But here's what I do know, is that I'm terrified. I'm a grown-ass man. I look in your eyes and I tell you I'm terrified. Because I'm scared I'm going to get the virus. Especially with being told today that it can also be spread through talking and breathing. We may as well get a goddamn shelter and just go underground. And by mid-April, they expect more than 2,000 people a day will die. Not 2,000. They said more than 2,000 people a day will die by mid-April of the coronavirus. And Dr. Fauci said there's another strain of it coming in August. It's Ms. Hot Pink says she's shaking her head. So am I. Divine says it's in the air, without a doubt. They disputed that today. No, it can't be. Well, I don't have to be a damn scientist to know that it's in the air. It's in the air. I mean, it's just like, it's a fucking no-brainer. I expect for Trump to say it's not in the air. Breaking news story a couple of hours ago. Trump been tested for a second time and he don't have it. Why the fuck are you getting tested again? Why? Why are you getting tested again? Why am I saying that? The bastard probably never took a fucking test. You can't believe nothing that comes from out of the White House in 2020. You can't. If you love your kids, protect your kids. I'm gonna say it again. If you love your kids, protect your kids. We waited to the last minute to say, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to go to the store, and we went. And Cynthia and I saw a lot of children out. Some by themselves, some with adults. We didn't see one child with gloves on or a mask. None of the adults. I don't give a fuck if y'all don't wear them. Don't wear them. Dumbass. Protect the children. Lest you be charged with homicide for not protecting the very life that you gave. This is not a fucking joke. They're starting to arrest people that's not acting accordingly. And they should be arrested. They should be. Whenever we walk outside of our door, we're just like police officers now. Because one thing a police officer knows whenever he or she leaves home, the one thing they know is that they don't know if they're going to ever come back into that home again because they're marked for death. And it's the same way with the coronavirus. It's not a joke. Somebody on this feed, and I'm included, if we have not had a friend or loved one infected with the coronavirus, if we keep living, we will. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. Unless it changed a little while ago. All but 12 states have some type of stay at home order. It's serious, people. Never fight a fight you can't win. Don't go out of your door buck naked. When you go and you bring things, what we do, we take either alcohol, sanitizer, everything. We sit on the floor, we still have our gloves on. And we wash everything before we put it up. The bags from the grocery stores, we take them, put them in another bag, take them onto the trash. We used to save a lot of them to put trash in. Now we don't. So today we went and we bought some bags from out of Family Dollar, little tote bags. So now when we go to the store, we have our own bag. Because remember, somebody touched that bag. And the virus can live for days on surfaces. We know that now. We have to protect the ones that we claim we love. We must stop listening to anything that comes from out of the White House, because the White House only comes with lies. It's a joke to them. It's a joke. I cannot understand why you would hold equipment. I cannot understand why the federal government would send equipment that's not working. I can't understand why the federal government have a lot of supplies just sitting in the warehouses and won't move them. We're waiting for it to get bad. Bro, if you don't see this as bad, nothing. You'll see nothing in life as bad. Tawana Campbell says, Mr. Scott, as long as I live, I have never thought that I would see devastation at this magnitude. I know since the coronavirus pandemic came on the forefront, I have been taking the necessary measures. If someone's on a live feed is not doing what she just said, you should be doing it. You should be doing it. It does not discriminate. One day, if you don't practice it, somebody will look down on you, call your name, but you can't answer. You can't. You dead. Tomorrow, we could learn there are other symptoms that we have been missing. But keep in mind what Dr. Fusi said, that there's still something we're missing. That's why it hasn't slowed down. And as long as we miss it, it won't slow down. And with a new drug that getting ready to try, that could be a ways off. But here's what Trump said about that. We are expecting to know the effects of it within days. Well, that's a lie. The experts said it could be weeks, it could be months, it could be a year. Trump is not, first of all, he's not a president. He's an acting president until one comes in the Oval Office. Trump is not a medical expert. So anyone that listens to him on that end has to be like him, super stupid. So spitting fire is in the house tonight. I sent a text. I saw her. She said she just woke up. Keep you some hand sanitizer. Keep your gloves and keep your masks in your vehicles. Keep everything close by. Someone just made me think of something. And I've done this before, and I want to do it again. It may sound silly to you all, but, you know, there is a way that you have to take off gloves. If you don't take gloves off the right way, then you're asking for it. So take them off. If you just do this, then grab the empty hand and do this. Well, I mean, you just fucked up. So when you take them off, you want to grab one like that, and then you take that part of it that was in your arm, and you come and you do that, and you put them in the bag, throw them in the trash. Might sound silly, but if you don't do it the proper way, it's as if you never had latex gloves on. If you don't have a mask, I'm urging you right now, go get you a mask. Right now, they're hard to find, but don't, and they've jacked up the prices, and we know they shouldn't, but right now, we can't win. Whatever the price is, remember, you're talking about your life on planet Earth. We'll deal with the criminals later. Ms. Lisa Robinson says that's how we do it. If you haven't seen a family member in a while, or maybe you have, and maybe you've had some harsh words, you got into it over something. It's a new day. It's a new day. Call and check on them, see how they're doing. Because if they get infected with the virus, you can't go see them. There are no visiting hours. Most people that die from this virus will die alone because their loved ones can't be there to hold their hand. Brenda B says, make you a mask. I totally agree with that. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Trump says it's okay to, if you don't have a mask, use a towel. And a towel is thicker, so it's better than wearing a face mask. Well, the health experts, soon as he spoke, immediately came on CNN and said, the thickness don't have a damn thing to do with it. It is not better than a mask. Trump is a jackass. Spitting Fire. Spitting Fire said it was man-made. Why don't we get Spitting Fire to call in and let's hear what she has to say about it, because she's not alone. A lot of people believe that it's man-made. They do. Could it be possible? It could very well be possible, but what we do know now for sure is that it's not slowing down. It's not slowing down. And you are in danger every time God allows you to wake up and see another day and you find yourself clothed in your right mind with marked for death. Take care of your families. I don't care what the government says, doctors, nurses, or hospitals. If you just got a cold, don't come. If you got a cold, go, whether you have insurance or not. I understand what they're doing. They're trying to stop an overflow from the hospital. It's going to happen. It's a pandemic. It's going to happen. You need to talk with the federal government, because they're the reason why you're not prepared with enough people or protective gear or whatever equipment that you need to save a life. And while some governor is on the phone begging Trump for more ventilators, and he's giving them bullshit, just as Vice President Pence did the other day to a governor. What happened to the ones we sent? Trump would be the reason pharmacists, scientists create a stupid pill. It's going to be that reason. Whatever you do, protect yourselves, your family. Don't touch nothing. The first thing somebody's going to tell you, I don't have no symptoms. Well, quiet as it's kept, a lot of people that died from it didn't have any symptoms. And some that didn't have any symptoms, by the time they developed symptoms and went to the hospital, 48 hours later, they were dead. So you telling me you don't have the virus, that don't help me at all. I mean, you may not, but I'm going to treat you as if you do. And when you see me, you should treat me as if you think I have it. It's as simple as that. Before we get out of here, Florida, the pastor, and a Louisiana pastor from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Well, they keep going against the government, medical officials, experts. They continue to have church. They're asking you not to be in a gathering more than 10. Governor Edwards, Louisiana, they said, you shouldn't be in a group of 2, and I agree with him on that, unless you got a husband and a wife, But he had church, and he was arrested. This Sunday, I'm going to have church services again, and they will arrest his ass again. I called him yesterday. They won't answer. I left a voicemail, told them who I was, sent an email. They hadn't responded. I would love to talk with that pastor, because I want to school him on the Bible, which I'm sure he already knows. And along with schooling him on the Bible, not to say that I know everything, but what I know I talk about. I just want to know, how can you expect for people to respect you and to see you as a man of God when you're going against what God says? God says to obey those that have authority over you. Your faith won't keep the virus off of me. You cannot lay hands on me and heal me. And if that be the case, I don't want to have to go through all of that. When you break man laws, you break God laws. A lot of churches are now having church on the internet. Why can't he do that? Why can't the church members stop being fucking idiots? The church members should be locked up too. And I'm going to say it again. I don't give a fuck who like it. The pastor should be locked up. Every fucking member that shows up need to be locked up because you're committing murder. That's what you're fucking doing. I'm up under the blood. I'm up under the blood. Your ass gonna be up under the motherfucking ground in a minute if you keep testing God. Faith and foolishness. The line is so damn thin you can't even fucking see it. God, I think it's in Hebrews somewhere. Well, we're told God gave you a mind to know right from wrong. Simply put, you have a mind. Use it. Use it. You cannot make God save you from the coronavirus just because you're going to church to serve him. It doesn't work like that. It's like not only are you testing God, you're playing with God, and you're really on a homicide, suicide mission. You love God. Yeah. He said, love yourself, love thy neighbor, thou would love thyself. But why in the fuck do you keep walking into the church door? Biblical times, they wasn't always up in the building. They met out there on the side of the damn road and had church. They did. That's what they did. Wherever I go, God goes. That's simple. It's just like when they said they're taking prayer out of school. That's why all hell is breaking loose in the school. You cannot take prayer out of school. If God is in you, wherever you go, he's there. They didn't take prayer out of school. They can't do it, idiots. God damn. If you just have a fixation with dying, then by all means do it. But don't take a parade of people with you to your fucking death. Let them live. And I want to tell him, you cannot love people when you are calling people to come together. And some will have the virus, guaranteed. Some know it, some don't. And others get infected. So you're supposed to be, as a minister, as a brother of the cloth, you are supposed to be part of the cure in this country, not part of the symptom that's wrong. Everybody that says they was called by God wasn't called by God. God was trying to reach some other people, and they happened to be at the house and picked up the damn phone and took the fucking message. It's as simple as that. There's a difference between knowing God and knowing of God. Some people say they know God, but in actuality, they just know of him. They do not have an intimate relationship with him, because if they did, they would not be doing the bullshit that they're doing. I'm up under the blood. We went to the bread house today, and every time that damn woman in there said it, when we leave out, Cynthia looks at me, she's like, Cynthia tell her, be safe, I'm okay, I'm up under the blood, we're fine. See, you're fucked up. You're fucked up in the head. You're fucked up. You're fucked up. You know all the words in the Bible, but you don't know what they fucking mean. Study the word love. Agape. Whatever I want for me and my family, I have to want the same for you and your family. So I cannot say I love people and I'm jeopardizing their lives. Whether I'm infected with the virus. But what motherfucker want? That's just like you walking up into a fucking fight. And they have shit to do with it. When comedian Kevin Hart said he was with a friend of his, and I think at a club, and his partner got into a fight with someone. And when it was over, the guy asked Kevin Hart, man, why you didn't come in and help me? Kevin Hart said something to the extent, that is so damn selfish of you. Now, why would I just walk up into that ass whooping? I don't know it. You get my point, right? I love God. I believe in God. I'm a praying man. But I know that there's a thin line between faith and foolishness. People are dying. I told you about the story of a newborn baby only on earth for 6 weeks. And he died. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I promise you that. I can't give you no sugar-coated shit cookies because I'm Eddie Mae's boy. If I don't come correct, then I don't come at all. I love all of you. I appreciate your genuine support. Be it the Lord willing, I guess I'm back to tomorrow night. I apologize for last night. I didn't feel good. I was tired. But listen to what the experts are saying. Because tomorrow, this time, if I come back on, somebody on the live feed may either be infected with the virus or have died from it. Don't wait on federal government to say every American should wear a mask. They should have to tell us that. They shouldn't have to tell us that. And I don't care where you work, before we get out of here. If you go in with a mask, that employee cannot insist that you take that mask off of the gloves. Cannot. They cannot fire you for that. And they know it. They will try it. So if they do, and they fire you, sue their ass. Because they can't do that right now. They can't. I don't give a damn how unpleasant it looks. Okay. I have to go. I was supposed to tell you all I'm over my time by 1 minute. I did good. We were supposed to start off with something about R. Kelly tonight. But hopefully I will be able to do that tomorrow night. Now listen, before we get out of here, if you would like to support the show through your donations, you can do so through the Cash App, $ Eddie Mae's boy, PayPal.me/Injustice Gotcha. Or if you choose to send a money order, you can do so by making it payable to Injustice Investigations News, P.O. Box 71123, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71137. Whatever you do, if you can't send money, share the video and encourage others to protect themselves, for in doing so, they're saving a life. I'm not against God. I'm not against the Bible. But I just know too many people read it too much when they should be studying the Bible. I'm Al Scott, as always. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Spitfire, Miss Hot Pink, love you to death. Thank you for keeping in order in the house tonight. Karen Porter says, everybody, please be extremely careful. Good night. I totally agree with that. I love you. Be it the Lord willing, I will be here tomorrow night. Protect your children. That's just simple. Y'all have a good night.